for Rally GB as well. So terrific to see the M Sport Stobart driver able to complete the season.
He's working that car pretty hard as well. He's kind of like really being aggressive on the turning. Help get some tyre temperature into that car. But you can see just slightly drier bits in there. It's probably better for a driver's confidence to be wet towards the start and drying, rather than getting the confidence going at the start on a dry road and then hitting the wet road.
Yeah, so that's 3:01.2. That's the time he's aiming to beat from the man who's actually normally his teammate of Evgeny Novikov.
Bit of understeer and oversteer. It started all of a sudden to oversteer, then he went into understeer, and then he went to oversteer. Just a quick flick of the wheel and a bit of acceleration, maybe a little bit of left foot braking.
Standing water.
Yeah.
That left-hander as well. Still very tricky. 2.1 seconds up, though, on Evgeny Novikov. This well, it really is a terrific run from Maz. You quite often see that, the runs that look tidier.
That's it. It's neat and tidy, isn't it? It is neat. Let's listen to Jonas.
Kort 5. I kort 6 höger, 83 höger, minus, halv lång. 53, smal 3 vänster, minus, håll in. Kort 3 höger, så öppnar, håll in.
Denny watching him nervously. They know they could be in trouble this time.
Yep, their position there is under threat, that is for sure. It's a mature run through this stage for Mats as well.
I don't think Logan here are going to enjoy this this last run much.
No, I mean, that's it. A lot to lose, isn't there, for the pair of them?
A lot to lose and a lot to gain.
There's still quite a lot of water in the braking area. Not surface water, but it's damp in the braking area for the roundabout.
Yeah, big slide from Mads around the roundabout, but I think he's going to go quickest. 2:57.2, 4 seconds quicker than Evgeny Novikov. The Russian says, thank you very much, but that is another good one, a first good position.
20 slower than the run in the dry this morning. That's 4 kilometres, 20 seconds slower.
And Mads, that's at least 6th place as well secured. Evgeny, he'll be happy to have scored his first points finish of the season in 7th. We'll wait for the next car in, which should be our first Mini, Chris Meek.
Now, we are hearing they are on the soft tyres. That has been confirmed by the team. So let's see. Meek's got a chance. Meek and Mini and Sordo in the Mini have got a chance here. They've got to take the most if they can and be brave where the tyres, even towards the end where it's drier, the softer tyres will help. And we're about to see how much help. Obviously the cars and the driver experience is a lot more than what we've had before. But how much is going to be the tyres, we will see. I mean, it visibly looks quicker.
Yeah, and how much as though, it just depends as well how much those soft tyres have been affected by the 2 previous stages as well, of course. They've had to run one of those good length.
But look at this is proper commitment, proper commitment in here.
Yes, actually the first time we've seen Chris Meek in a power stage this season. Terrific view from the opposite side of the valley there. You can see our helicopter tracking Meek every step of the way. But yeah, I was about to say, this is the first time we've seen Chris Meek in a power stage.
This split could be a big chunk underneath what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Danny Sordo only recently got the first points in a power stage.
Nice, beautiful slide. He's just on it all the way. Come on, Chris. Now, obviously, as well as talking, first time we've seen Chris in a power stage, I think I'm correct in saying this could be Chris's first points.
Yeah, it will be, yeah. Chris's first ever WRC points on offer. And, well, with Ogier going out as well,
nice drift.
It should be
Look at
8.1 seconds. I tell you what, that soft tyre choice doesn't look like much of a gamble anymore. And Mads and Jonas, well, I don't think you're going to be stood there very long at this rate, chaps.
Let's listen to Paul Nagel as he powers Chris up the hill here.
To right 100, line to right for don't cut for 6. Keep in.
The thing is, as well, with both of these mini guys with the soft tyre,
a lot wider there, but because he's carrying so much more speed to what we've seen anyone else in this stage.
Well, the thing is, there's here as well. This could affect the championship because, yeah, it's gonna make Mikko Hirvonen's challenge to get into the points that much more difficult.
Well, I think Mikko's challenge of getting in the points potentially is a non-starter anyway. There's too much to lose by pushing to try and get 1 or 2 more points.
Certainly in these conditions. Mads Ostberg's the time to beat, 2:57.2. Chris Meek.
I think what they...
Nice slide around the roundabout. Let's have a look. Let's see what he can do. He should be a lot quicker here.
45.7.
2:45.7.
Now, see, what can happen here? 11.5 seconds quicker. That is, a lot of that is a soft tyre. A lot of that is a soft tyre. Now, what we've got to look at here, though, is what do Ford do? What do Ford do? I mean, if Mini can lock out those top 2 places. Oh, Loeb is going to be the last one. Do they send Latvala down the road as fast as they can to try and get Loeb completely out of the power stage points?
Well,
I think we've got to see where Mikko comes first. That's what we've got to look at.
Well, that's definitely now the benchmark from Chris Meek. 2:45.7 on those soft tyres. What a terrific decision that was from the Mini guys and the Pro Drive team that run them. Back on the start line, Danny Sordo. Remember, this is the leading Spanish driver as well, so he'll be getting a terrific
out at the start
cheer.
now, though.
Well, he'll be getting a terrific cheer all the way through. I suppose if it is still drying, got to see what Danny can do. He's running in 4th place at the moment. He's fresh from a podium, well, 2 podium finishes we've seen Danny get in the previous 2 tarmac rounds, so we know this Mini John Cooper Works does have terrific pace on sealed surfaces.
As well as the terrific pace, though, those cars have got 4 soft tyres bolted onto them. Both Minis on the softs, they work in cooler, damper conditions, better than the hards. The hards are more designed for a bone-dry, hotter condition. The road is damp. The condition is slightly wet. When the sun is coming out, I tell you what, another 5 minutes and these tyres probably won't have worked. Let's see if it is going to be enough, because obviously the guys coming behind them, there's 3 of them still to come. They are on the hard tyres, and this might just still work for Mini.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one it's going to be yet until that split comes up, but the softer tyre works better in the damper and cooler conditions than the hard tyre in the high temperatures and bone dry. Sordo, again, like Meek, is really on it. He's slower than Meek. He's 0.4 slower than Meek.
It was a terrific
That'll
run.
upset the locals.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a terrific run from the Northern Irishman. That he stood there watching his teammate at the stop control alongside co-driver Paul Nagel. Terrific to see Chris in the power stage for the first time in 2011. He's also going to score, as we said, his first WRC points.
They scored those now.
Yeah, well, let's just see what Sordo can do through the final couple of kilometres now. Listen to Carlos Del Barrio. Danny does have terrific form in his home event. He's finished 2nd here on 4 occasions, but what an impact.
The locals are getting ready.
Yeah, here come the fans. Let's listen to the roar.
I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to have to be a big push in the second half of the stage. Let's see.
2:45.7, the time to beat. It's going to be close. Oh, 2/10 of a second. Look at Chris Meek's reaction.
That's a big thing for Chris Meek. Massive
He's
thing for
really
Meek.
happy with that.
To beat your teammates.
Well, he's beaten his teammates, and you never know. Well, the Spanish fans are cheering. I'm not sure they're aware that their countryman's not quite beaten the best time at the moment, but the real reason he's cheering is this could well be the time to beat that could secure a power stage win for Mini for the first time, and for Chris in his very first run in one.
That is a big thing for Chris Meek. Look at that. That means so much to them. I tell you what. What's it going to be like when we start, if they're quicker than Hervenen, if they're quicker than Latvala? Tell you what, they'll be running around celebrating as if they've won the winning goal in the World Cup.
Such a fine balance as well. We don't know how much that road is going to dry out and when the hard compound factor will come into play. It's still very damp out there. Mikko Hirvonen back on the start line. He's on course to claim a 2nd place finish, and I tell you what, he'd have bitten your hand off if you'd have offered him 2nd place in Spain before this rally, wouldn't he?
He would have, yeah. I mean, again, he has been helped in the team game by Latvala. Latvala was basically chasing and trying to pressure Loeb, and Loeb, as we know, so far, he hasn't made any mistakes. So Latvala having to slow down and let Mikko back past.
2:45.7 the time to beat. Danny Sordo in 2nd place. Mads Ostberg, well, he's well adrift in 3rd. So we've got to see what Mikko Hirvonen can do. Be surprised if he really goes for it.
I'd be surprised if he goes for it. I think he's...
But every point, this is again, we keep saying, we said at the start of the year,
every point matters. I mean, at the minute, how many points he got? He's got 14 points from the power stage during the season. And we've said so many times that, no, they won't take the gamble. And then they come in and they go firing at it with all guns blazing.
Yeah, and obviously Ford will be watching with interest as our helicopter follows Mikko around, because depending on what Mikko does here, it'll have a massive impact in what they decide to ask their 2nd driver, Jari-Matti Latvala, to do.
Yeah, I think if he is out of the top 3 now, they've got to send Latvala on a bit of a mission, because the Manufacturers' Championship is really gone. They've got to send their man out on a mission to try and topple 7.1 down. That's the difference between soft and hard.
Yeah, it's definitely still the Minis who are in pole position. not drying out quite enough. And I tell you what, I doubt even Latvala and even the master, Sebastian Loeb, are going to affect that unless it dries out dramatically in the next 10 minutes or so. The best Hirvonen could hope for here, I think, is a third-place finish. And as we said, he's got second place to worry about as well.
Yeah, I would say 3/4 of that is tyres. The rest is Mikko not wanting to make a mistake. He's got this position. He is still massively in this championship fight with what he's got. He would look so stupid by spinning and dropping the positions and time and doing potential damage. So, but the tyre is the key in this stage.
Yeah, as you say, he's not going to trouble the time of Chris Meek or Danny Sordo.
Ford have got to make a decision now of whether what they do. Does Latvala go slower? I suppose if he's down in 5th or 6th,
well, let's see if he gets third first. 2:56.4. Yeah, he does slot into third, so he bumps Ostberg out of the top 3. Doesn't trouble Chris Meek's time.
I tell you, now, they've got a dilemma. I personally think you've got to send Latvala as fast as you can, my opinion, because
it's unlikely
Loeb is going to probably get in the podium.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'd send Latvala down the road as fast as he can possibly go.
Yeah, I mean, Loeb, he is the best sealed service driver ever, and he's no slouch in tricky conditions as well, so you're probably right. There's nothing to lose now for Jari-Matti Latvala.
He's got massive understeer. From looking at that, I think he is on a push, because that was huge understeer. He was drifting wider and wider.
Yeah, they really have got nothing to lose now. He's already conceded his position to Mikko Hirvonen, and unless Loeb has a late drama, Citroën will still claim the Manufacturers' Championship this afternoon. So basically, there's absolutely nothing to lose here for Jari-Matti Latvala.
No, I think he's got to try and get as close to the minis as possible, which will then bump Loeb out.
Exactly.
That's my opinion of what they've got to do.
No, exactly. Absolutely nothing to lose. Well, this is going to be very interesting now, and of course, I guess all he needs to do really is just absolutely go for it and just keep the pressure on Loeb to kind of tempt Loeb into going for it, because well, and as we've seen already this weekend, certainly yesterday, Jari-Matti Latvala is on an absolutely stunning run of form at the moment. Certainly the best we've ever seen him do on tarmac, and all that hard work with his circuit racing tuition, it's really paid dividends now. Jari-Matti Latvala actually beat Loeb over the course of the second day, which you just don't see on tarmac. Incredible performance from the Finn this weekend.
It was an absolutely amazing performance. He's drifting around. Let's listen to Mikko Antala as they head up the hill. 5 down, but that's still better than Hirvonen. That's on the minis. Well, on Meek.
Yeah, it's all about getting the final points in the power stage. He's just trying to prevent Sebastian Loeb getting any more points.
Chris Meek could see that, and the smile just gets bigger and bigger.
A really good view from this bumper cam here, and just how much this road is drying. Wonder how much that's going to have an effect on
and how much road they're using. Mikko's waiting around. He wants to see what damage is done in the championship bid. Chris Meek can make Mikko Hirvonen's best mate to me. It's Chris Meek.
Yeah, well, this is, of course, I mean, Sebastian Loeb in a dry conditions probably would have been the favourite to win this power stage, but it's not going to happen unless something dramatic happens.
It would be an inspired performance by Loeb. It really would. But
oh no,
he's slowing down.
Well, they obviously think it's better to give Mikko Hirvonen the chance to claim that final point. Very interesting tactics there. Well, it's either or. You either give Mikko the chance to do it, or you ensure that Loeb doesn't get it.
Yeah. And let's say Loeb has a little spin or a problem, Mikko gets a point. So, surprised that he pushed so hard near the start of the stage, though.
Yeah, so maybe he made a late call there, but yeah, interesting. Opposite
maybe he might have his own decision, I don't know. Or the team fired in a time and said, look, you're not going to beat the Citroën, you're not going to beat the Minis. Let's just stick you behind him. So, kind of caught me out, but let's see.
Well, yes, the opposite tactics to what we saw in France.
And Australia.
Yes. Yeah,
because we thought they'd made a big boo-boo in Australia when Jari-Matti went at it, and we were like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, these power stages are certainly giving the hierarchy at Ford something to think about on these final days, aren't they?
Maybe they've been listening to us.
And do the opposite to what we suggest.
Yeah, well, this time they have. I was completely wrong this time.
Yeah, so it just remains to be seen then what the world champion Sebastian Loeb